What's up? What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hang on, guys. Let me share the live stream out real quick. Okay, let me share this out real quick. Okay, there we go. And then share it out on Twitter. Then share it out on the Facebook page. All right, there we go. We've shared it out on everything. Okay, so guys, what I'm going to do is before I start my mock draft, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off to you guys what my mock draft 1.0 was, so that way we know what we're working with here. What's up to whoever's in the chat? Anyways, so in my draft 1.0, I had the Indianapolis Colts coming up, and I had them taking CJ Strouder at 1. The Indianapolis Colts did, as they gave up their first round pick of this year, first round pick of next year, and first round pick of 2025 as well to come up get CJ Strouder at 1 from the Bears. And then I had Bryce Young going number 2 overall to the Houston Texans. And then I had Jalen Carter going 3 to the Arizona Cardinals. And then I had Will Anderson Jr. going 4th to the Bears. Will Levis going 5th to the Seattle Seahawks. I had Bryce Brees out of Clemson, the defensive tackle, going 6th to the Detroit Lions. I had Paris Johnson Jr. going, he's a tackle out of Ohio State. I had him going to the Las Vegas Raiders. And then I had Anthony Richardson going to the Atlanta Falcons. Devin Witherspoon going 9th overall. He's a cornerback out of Illinois to the Carolina Panthers. And then I had Quentin Johnson going 10th overall to the Eagles. And then I had Zay Jones going 11th overall to the Tennessee Titans. Peter, I don't even know how the fuck to pronounce his last name. He's a tackle out of Northwestern. He went 12th to the Houston Texans. And then I had Miles Murphy going 13 to the New York Jets. And then I had Brian Branch going 14 to New England. Jordan Addison going 15 to the Green Bay Packers. Anson Harris, he's a tackle going to the Washington Commanders at 16. I had Christian Gonzalez going 17th overall to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then I had Michael Mayers going 18th overall to the Detroit Lions. It's kind of like a makeup for them losing TJ Hawkinson. And then I had Trice Wilson, edge rusher out of Texas Tech, going 19 overall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then I had Lucas Van Neeson. He's an edge rusher out of Iowa, going 20th to the Seattle Seahawks. Nolan Smith, he's an edge rusher out of Georgia, going 21 overall to the Chargers. And then I had Jetson Smith Naguare, or however the hell you say his name. He's a wide receiver out of Ohio State, going number 22 overall to the Baltimore Ravens. Cam Sims, cornerback out of South Carolina, going 23 overall to the Minnesota Vikings. And I'm telling you right now, I watched some tape on Cam Sims. If they take Cam Sims, if some team gets Cam Sims at 23, That's going to be insane. He's really, really good. And then I got Johnson, tackle out of Georgia, going at 24. And then I have Josh Downs, wide receiver out of North Carolina, going 25th overall to the New York Giants. And then I had Trenton Simpson, linebacker out of Clemson, going to the Dallas Cowboys. O'Connor Torowski, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's a guard out of Florida, goes to the Buffalo Bills. Joe Porter Jr., he's a cornerback out of Penn State, goes 28 to the Bengals. And then I have Tanner McKinney, quarterback out of Stanford, going to the New Orleans Saints at 29. And then I have Sayoka, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, defensive lineman out of Baylor, going 30 to the Kansas City Chiefs. And then I had Benson Robertson, running back out of Texas, going in the first round as well to the Philadelphia Eagles, because as many knows, Philadelphia is probably going to be losing Miles Sanders as he is becoming a free agent. So anyways, what I'm going to do is go ahead and share my screen as we get prepared to do mock draft 2.0 here. Guys, if you feel like I'm not doing the right thing or anything, don't be scared to let me not know. I am going to be just doing one round again, because as of right now, it's only me. It was supposed to be me and Jordan, and we may have done two if he was joining, but I don't think he's joining tonight. So maybe next time. It was supposed to be me and But yeah, so I'm going to be doing all the drafts here. I am going to be doing trade possibilities. So that is going to be in play. All right, so let's start the draft here, as we are going to have a trade on the block here. As once again, I have Indianapolis coming up to snag that one as the trade offer comes in and they're ready to draft. Okay, so I've been hearing more and more about Bryce Young going to Indianapolis, so I'm going with Bryce Young this time. That's the only thing that's going to change, is I have Bryce Young going this time instead of CJ Strouder. So there is that. And then number 2 is Houston. I do not see Houston trading anything away, but I do have them taking I think they'll take CJ Strouder at 2. Number 3 is Arizona. I have this team exactly who's right here. I have Carolina giving up 3. Actually, I have them giving up 2 first-round picks to come up and grab this one, as they do get it. And they will be taking Will Levis at 3. All right. So now on to the Panthers. Now on to the Chicago Bears, and this is where it kind of gets interesting here, as they could go multiple ways. They need a wide receiver, tight end, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, linebacker. They need a defensive end as well. But I honestly think they're going to take the man who's ranked second right here. I think you got to go Jalen Carter if you're the Chicago Bears as well. And then let's see. Seattle is obviously going to take a quarterback here. I think Anthony Richardson goes here. And then at number 6, I think they'll take him. I honestly think they will. The Detroit Lions need help on defense really, really bad. They do need a quarterback, but I think they're either going to trade or get a person to come help them with that. So I have the Las Vegas Raiders taking they need offensive line help, so I got them taking him. Okay, again, this is where I had Anthony Richardson going last time, so I don't think they're going to come back and circle around. I think they're just going to take their man right here. They need a wide receiver, and they got one sitting in their back pocket. and I think he is going to be the first one off the board. And I think he does have potential of actually being a true number one wide receiver. Okay, now we get on to the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals, they need a lot of help, man. And one thing that it does not list here that they do need is wide receiver. I don't know if I'm per se gonna go wide receiver for them. But I think I am. I think I am. Yeah, and I could see them taking Jordan Anderson. Um, Wide receiver. I had a wide receiver going to the Philadelphia Eagles last time, but unless Philadelphia truly wants to spend their number 3 pick on a dude, number 3 wide receiver, I don't see why they need one per se. So I don't have them actually taking one. I think they're going to come all the way down here and take an offensive tackle, which is what they need for their help. They need offensive lineman help. Jalen Hurts was getting pressured somewhat during that game. He fumbled the ball once that got returned for a touchdown. The Eagles have holes, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be losing a couple of people. Johnson isn't sure whether he's retiring or not. Or he already said that he'll be back. The center, Jason Kelsey, doesn't know if he'll be back. Like, there's plenty of ways that you could go there. Now on to Tennessee. Now Tennessee is going to take a wide receiver because they do need one, and I think they're going to take one who I want in New England to get here. They're going to take Zay Flowers, and I think that's going to be an absolute steal for the Tennessee Titans here because Zay Flowers is a beast. So yeah, let's just say that he is kind of small, he is kind of short. He might play, the slot sometimes, but he's still going to be a beast. All right, now circling back around to the Houston Texans, who we had CJ Stroud going to the first time. So they don't need a quarterback anymore. They do need other holes. They needed a quarterback, which they already got. They need a center still. They need a defensive tackle. They need help on the defensive side of the ball as well. So I think they're going to take this man right here, who next on our list right here, Devin Weatherspoon. This man is a beast coming out of Illinois. I really, really, really like him. And I really, 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 really think he's going to do a great job there in Houston. Anyways, on to the New York Jets now. They do need a quarterback, but will they take one? I don't think they'll take one. They're definitely not going to take one because they already said that they want it. Could they go defense? Could they go offense? I think they could fall either way that they wanted to here. Man, this is truly. Okay, let's see. You know what? I think they're gonna pair Sauce Gardner. I got them taking Christian Gonzalez at 13. I think they're going to pair Sauce Gardner with Christian Gonzalez, and that's scary to think about because Christian Gonzalez, man, if y'all don't know who he is, go watch tape on that man. He is really, really, really good, and he knows what he's doing there. So yeah. Anyways, as you guys know, probably New England has been speculating a lot of rumors about trading Matt Jones there. So while I did not have that happening up here because we left the Raiders with their same pick, and they didn't trade, which I could have done and I probably will do in the Nets mock. Yeah, so actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do this all over again, and I am gonna act like, that, as if he got traded there. You know what I'm saying? So okay, so let's do this. Okay, so again, I have Indianapolis going at 1. Draft player, they're going to take Bryce Young, yes. CJ Strouder is going to go there. And then I had the Panthers coming up. No, the Panthers. Where the fuck is the Panthers at? The Carolina Panthers was. Carolina Panthers. There they are. Okay, so the Carolina Panthers are going to trade 2 first-round picks to get up there to that one. And then they're going to take Will Levis. And then I had the Bears taking Jalen Carter. And then I had the Seattle Seahawks taking Anthony Richardson. And then I had them taking him. And then, okay, here we go. So, okay, so let's say, they do want to trade with us. Okay, they give us this one, you know what I'm saying? And one in next year. And we'll give you this one and this one. Okay, so let's just say something like that, right? Okay, so let's just say something like that, right? I f it up. I f it up. Dude, I'm so pissed at myself. Hang on, guys. I'm doing stupid shit now. All right, give me 1 second, okay, guys? I'm sorry for getting it up so much. Okay, we want to do 1 round. Yes, there we go. Start draft. Okay, this time I'm not gonna fuck it up. Okay, we have Indianapolis trading up for 1 offer. Yes, accepted. We have Bryce Young going there, right? Then we have CJ Strouder going 2. Then we have the Carolina Panthers coming up here. And where the fuck is Carolina at here? Carolina Panthers. We have them giving up their 2 first-round picks. 1 of this year, 1 of next year to come up. They're going to get Will Levis. And then we got them taking Jalen Carter. And then we got the Seattle Seahawks taking Anthony Richardson. And then we got them taking him. And then we got them. And we're going to go trade with New England. Where the hell is New England at? New England Patriots. Okay, there we go. And we want that one. And we want that one. Actually, no, they're not going to give us a. They're not going to give us a 2. And then we'll go that. Okay. Let's just say that. Okay. Okay. You son of a bitch. A second for a second. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, apparently I can't act like that trade happened. Anyways, my point is like Matt Jones said that he could be traded, right? Okay, let's just go where we had it. And we had, who the hell did we have going to them again? I'm gonna say Witherspoon. I truly don't know. And then we had the Atlanta Falcons taking a quarterback, but where there is no more quarterbacks on the board, we're going wide receiver there. And then the Cardinals are on the board again, and they need a lot of help. So they're going to take an offensive tackle, obviously, and they're going to go Paris there. And then we did have them going there, but they need offensive help as well. So we're going to have them taking him. And then they will take a wide receiver. And they will take, let's go Zay Jones. Okay, there we go. And then now we're back to them, as they need help everywhere here on the board. So I honestly have them. I'm gonna say they're taking this edge rusher out of the backfield. All right, Christian Gonzalez is gonna go there. He's gonna be partnered with Sauce. And back to what we were saying here, Matt could be traded, so we would obviously be thinking about maybe getting your quarterback, but there is no quarterback worthy of going up here unless you really, really like Tanner. You could possibly say even Henderson Hooker or Hendon Hooker, or however the fuck you pronounce his first name. Anyways, but I don't see New England taking our quarterback. I think we're going to do something stupid and take another another, fucking defensive player. So I got us taking Brian Burch here. At 14, and then 15, if Green Bay wants to do something good for Aaron Rodgers and maybe be like, hey, look, Aaron Rodgers, here's your present, come back to us, they're going to take Addison. They're going to obviously try to bait him back in with some help finally at wide receiver. What's up, Michael? At 16, we got the Washington Commanders. They need a quarterback. Well, that's what this says, but they are dead set on Sam Howell. So obviously they don't. They could use some offensive tackles here. So we could go this guy here. But they could be looking, linebacker or defensive lineman or anything else like that too. But I am going to give them offensive lineman there. Now the Pittsburgh Steelers here. They need a little linebacker help too, and defensive help as well. So I got them taking this guy right here out of Illinois, or Iowa. I mean, sorry about that. As Detroit circles back around, and who did we give Detroit in the first pick? We gave them Will Anderson Jr. So now they're circled back around. They've got their defensive lineman. They've got everything else like that. I think they're honestly gonna take a wide receiver here at 18. I really do. I think they're gonna take a wide receiver here at 18, so that way Jared Goff has a little more compatible people to play with here, and who knows, that might pan out to be awesome for them. So, anyways, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers up next. I don't think the Buccaneers is going to take a quarterback out of this draft. Actually, I think they might, and I think I'm going to give them Hooker out at 19 right there. Hooker out of Tennessee. This man has proven himself. I think whoever you bring in at veteran is going to have to compete with Hooker, and Hooker's going to have an honest shot at making it there. So now we're on to the Seattle Seahawks. And who did we give the Seahawks on their first draft? We gave them their quarterback, Anthony Richardson out of Florida at 5. So now they've circled back around, and they need offensive line help. Do we have any guards within the top however much? No, there isn't another guard until 30, and I don't think they're going to sweep down that low to go down 10 selections just to get a guard there. So I think they'll go their next best place, and I think they're going to take Brees here. And then now we are on to we're not on to the Dolphins pick because I forgot they forfeited it. So now we are on to the Los Angeles Chargers, and they need a wide receiver. They really, really do need a wide receiver here, because I've been hearing a lot about they could be getting rid of Keenan Allen and all that type of stuff. I'm actually gonna shock a couple of people, and I got them taking Rice. Rice, I think he's either the nephew or the cousin or something, or the son of Jerry Rice or something. I think he might be Jerry Rice's son, actually. But yeah, so I got Rashard Rice going here at 21, and I got Baltimore again. It's gonna shock you because they don't do it too often, but I got Chicago taking a quarterback here as well. A wide receiver here as well. So we're starting to see a run of wide receivers here. Okay, now we're on to the Tampa Bay the Minnesota Vikings. And you know what? That I did it again, and I'm fucking stupid for doing it again. But I have them taking the same guy that they got in the first round last time, and that's Cam Sims. Cam Sims, he is placed at 69 right now on the big board. But again, if you guys go watch tape on this man, it is insane how good he is. Like, it is insane how good Cam Sims is, man. And I cannot express that enough. Whoever gets that, man, is going to have a locked down number one corner back in this draft. And I got the Minnesota Vikings taking him now twice in both my mods. He took him in 1.0. they take him here in 2.0 as well. All right, so now we are on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, really, there's not too many holes that Jacksonville needs. You can maybe say they needed another wide receiver, but absolutely not, because fucking Calvin Ridley is coming back, and like he's already a lockdown. I could see them needing help on the offensive tackles. And you know what? That's where I'm going. I'm going to give them Harris. So they'll take him. Again, I think New York's finally going to wake up, and they're going to take Josh Downs here at wide receiver. So we'll see that. So yeah, I think he's going to be great there. I think Myles Murphy goes here, and I think that's going to be a steal for the Dallas Cowboys. If you really have Myles Murphy sitting there at 26, and he was ranked all the way at 14, 15, and you can get him at 26, that would be an absolute steal, man. An absolute steal. So again, I think the Bills are going to do the same shit that the Dallas Cowboys just did, and they're going to steal the other man that should have already been off the board, and there he goes. And yeah, I mean, they obviously need help there at the defensive lineman as well. The Bills do, because they brung in Von Miller last year, thinking that he could do something for them, and he ended up getting hurt late and wasn't able to play even in the playoffs or anything like that. So that would be massive for them to get that done. So, anyways, let's see here. I would finally step up and be the first one to do it and give the Bengals offensive line help. But the Nets offensive line is all the way down here at 34, so I don't think they're going to sweep down and go that low. So I got them taking Joey Porter here, a cornerback out of Penn State. I mean, how could you go wrong with that? You absolutely can't. So, I honestly think that's a massive pick for them, especially because we don't know what exactly is going to happen to Jesse Bates here. So, yeah, Joey Porter could step in, and, I'm not sure if he could play safety for you or not, but maybe you could rotate one of your cornerbacks that you already have in the room back to play safety, and move Joey Porter into their cornerback position, or however you want to do that. I just feel like Joey Porter would be an awesome pick here for Cincinnati. Okay, so 29 and now. And I feel like this man's gonna go exactly where he should be, and that's Tanner. And he's gonna go to the New Orleans Saints. And, the New Orleans Saints, I know they're in talk to get Derek Carr. They're supposedly the front runner, if you will. But I don't know. I don't know if Derek Carr is gonna go there. It's really weird to me that he took a couple of trips out there and then decided, oh no, we don't want to do that. He doesn't want to do that. So then he backed out a little bit and all that. So I don't see him going there. Anyways, as we'll have Tanner going there from Stanford, and I think he will come in and be the starter right away. Okay, so 30 now. We are up to the Philadelphia Eagles once again. Again, they need offensive line help. I'm pretty sure they took it there at 10. Yes, they did. All right, I'm going to go defensive help now. I'm going to go defensive help here now, and I think they take Banks. I think they take Banks out of Maryland, and I'm saying this for the factor of I get that on their needs, there is no defensive players here yet, but something that you guys may not know is they have 10 free agents, and 7 of them free agents is all defensive players. So there is no way in hell that they are going to be able to sign every single one of them defensive players and all that. So I'm going Banks here. I think Banks is going to be the choice for Philadelphia for their last pick of the night in the first round. And yeah, I mean, dude, it says that the Kansas City Chiefs need a wide receiver, but why do they need a wide receiver when they have Kadarius Toney? I'm just going to be stingy here and just take the top player here for Kansas City, and they're just going to call it an absolute day. Um, they're going to call it an absolute day. Um, okay, they're going to call it an absolute day and consider that one to be done. That I mean, honestly, there's not too many holes for the Kansas City Chiefs, quite honestly. Okay, so let's recap this. All right. So I had the Indianapolis Colts still coming up to get number one. They gave up 3 first-round picks to the Chicago Bears to come up. They get Bryce Young. The Houston Texans take CJ Strouder at 2. The Carolina Panthers give up 2 first-round picks. They give up this year's and next year's to move up to 3, knocking the Arizona Cardinals down 9. And then they take Will Levis. The Chicago Bears fall down to 4, and they'll take Jalen Carter. 5 is the Seattle Seahawks, and they'll take Anthony Richardson. Will Anderson Jr. goes to the Detroit Lions as Devon Witherspoon will go to the Las Vegas Raiders, and I know they're going to be happy about that. That man is a beast at cornerback, honestly. And then Johnson goes to the Atlanta Falcons. Again, Atlanta's got to be happy about this pick, man. He has potential of being a number 1 starting wide receiver. And then a Paris Johnson Jr. Tackle out of Ohio State goes to the Arizona Cardinals. And you know that fucking Kyler Murray has to be sitting there pretty happy about that. Peter goes 10th overall to the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, I'm gonna, maybe by the Nets mock draft, that will change. But as of right now, that's staying exactly where it is because, like I said, we do not know what's going to happen to Jason Kelce. We don't know whether he's going to retire. We don't know all of that. They might even lose more offensive linemen during the offseason. So as of right now, I have them taking a tackle. At 11, the Tennessee Titans get a little bit of wide receiver help by the name of Zay Flowers. This man is a beast. He is an absolute beast of a wide receiver out of Boston College. Again, I feel like he has true potential of becoming a number 1. And then Trey Wilson, it goes. He's an edge rusher out of Texas Tech. He goes 12 overall to the Houston Texans. And again, I feel like they would be happy about that. They need everything that they could get and more. And number 13 to the New York Jets goes Christian Gonzalez, and that's kind of scary. Because Christian Gonzalez is a fucking beast of a cornerback, man. And yeah. So, anyways, Brian Branch comes over to New England. We do not know what's going to happen to Devin McCourty. We're still awaiting his answer on whether he's going to retire or not. I feel like if he does, this just puts Brian Branch right in there. Brian Branch, instead of being groomed by McCourty for a year, he'll be thrown right into the fire. And on the opposite side of him would be Jabril Peppers. So, yeah, I feel like that could be an awesome tandem right there. Number 15, to try to bait Aaron Rodgers a little bit back in, it goes Jordan Addison. You could be like, hey, we got you a wide receiver. Come on back to us. Anyways, Johnson, tackle out of Georgia, goes to the Washington Commanders. And Sam Howell and Eric Bieniemy have to be happy about that. All right, as Van Ness, Lucas Van Ness, edge rusher out of Iowa, goes 17th overall to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jackson Smith Ngogwe, or however the hell you pronounce his name, wide receiver, Ohio State, goes number 18th overall to the Detroit Lions. And again, that fucking Jared Goff is sitting there smiling about that one. Henderson Hooker, or Hendon Hooker. I don't know why the hell I say Henderson. What the hell? Hendon Hooker goes 19th overall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's out of Tennessee. And I feel like he has potential of being their starting quarterback right away. You got to say, you feel like that has to be their starting quarterback right away. If he goes there, or at least he's going to have a shot to be the starting quarterback. They might bring somebody in to compete with him, but I feel like, they're going to give him a shot to start. And then Brees goes 20th overall to the Seattle Seahawks. They'd be getting a great defensive lineman there. And then Rashard Rice, the cousin, nephew, son, whatever you want to call him, something to Jerry Rice, is going to go number 21 overall to the Los Angeles Chargers. And that could simply be Keenan Allen's replacement there, as Dale, wide receiver out of Houston, will also go off the board right after that to the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore has tendency to not pick, great wide receivers, but we're hoping that this one turns out to be a good one, right? So, what's up? What's up? All right, Cam Sims, a man I've talked about on this podcast lately. He is a great asset. He really shut down people in the SEC, and that is not easy to say. Cornerback Cam Sims goes for the second time now in my mocks, number 23rd overall to the Minnesota Vikings. So that would be great for him. Harris, tackle out of Oklahoma, goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I feel like if Jacksonville did have any holes, it was their offensive line. I kind of feel like that's why they kind of lost that game to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs were all over Trevor Lawrence there in that game. So yeah, I feel like that tackle would help them out a lot. 25, the New York Giants say, well, we let Shepard go, but we're going to bring in his replacement by the name of Josh Downs, wide receiver out of North Dakota State. So yeah, I see that a lot. I think that could be a really good move by New York. I don't know if I see Josh Downs as the number one wide receiver, and that's what New York's looking for. They're kind of in the same boat as New England, and they are looking for a number one wide receiver. So I don't know if I don't see Josh Downs as the number one wide receiver. That's the problem, though. All right. Anyways, moving on. Myles Murphy goes number 26 overall to the Dallas Cowboys. Edge rusher or edge defender out of Clemson. And then I had the Buffalo Bills doing the same thing as them. They just took the best man off the board, and that so happened to be a defensive lineman out of Pittsburgh. Again, a really good pickup. Like I said, they signed Von Miller, and that did not pan out. So we'll see how this one goes. Anyway, 28th overall, the Cincinnati Bengals take Joey Porter Jr. out of Penn State cornerback, and I feel like that could be a really good move again for them, because who knows what's going to happen to Jesse Bates. So maybe you move a cornerback back there to the safety position and put Joey Porter Jr. in, or if you think he can play safety, move him back there, and so forth, so on. Anyways, moving forward, at 29, the New Orleans Saints take Tanner McKinnon out of Stanford, cornerback, or quarterback, I should say. And again, I feel like he could. I feel like he could have a starting role here, man. I feel like they might bring in someone to compete with him, maybe like Andy Dalton or something like that. But going in, I feel like Tanner could be your starting quarterback here for New Orleans. Okay, so Banks goes number 30th overall to the Philadelphia Eagles. And again, the reason why I have them taking him here at 30 is because, again, if you guys don't know, the Philadelphia Eagles have 10 free agent, 10 people set to become free agents. And and 7 of them are fucking defensive players. So there's no way that they're going to be able to bring all of them back. You might have to grab someone like a Banks or maybe a defensive lineman or someone like that. They might even go defense up here at number 10 right here. Instead of taking an offensive tackle, they might go defensive player there. I could easily see that too. And then at 31, I didn't know what the fuck to do with Kansas City. Kansas City, um, they just have a lot of they're a complete team. They're a complete team. They have no holes. So I just had Carter going here. And yeah, that's it, guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to do a thumbs up. If you guys haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. And hopefully next time I come back and do one of these mock drafts, hopefully someone will be joining me. It's a lot more funner with somebody else in here doing it with you. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys. That was my mock draft, and I'm out. Peace. Thanks to everyone for stopping by and watching. I'm out. Peace.